Hey everyone, real quick before we dive into today's video, let me ask you a couple questions. Do you struggle with your mindset or some of the habits that you have? Or are you currently seeking to learn and grow and getting as much personal development in your life as possible but don't know where to begin? If that sounds like you or someone you know, please send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Or you can email me at chris.mccarthy@genesistorevelations.com. And I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you to see where I can help you. With that, let's jump into today's video.
We talk about brainwashing as if though it were a bad thing. Everyone is brainwashed. Everyone is indoctrinated. The only question is whether we're indoctrinated with facts or fiction. Josh Steimle. So, like we always do, let's get into a little bit of gratitude time before we jump into the topic. What are you grateful for today? What is something that you can think of that you are grateful for, grateful to have, grateful to be, things like that. So today I'm grateful for my upbringing through my parents, who one was a liberal and one was a conservative, and I got both sides of the aisle. Well, I don't want to make everything political here, but also, they both had their different ideas. So I was brainwashed with both sides. And so, if you haven't caught it yet, we're going to be getting into brainwashing. Now, have you ever tried to convince someone of something? Have you ever tried to impose your ideology, or have you ever been convinced of something? Has someone tried to impose onto you? Has somebody tried to teach you or show you or, really show you a way of thinking? Of course they have. Of course you have. Everyone has. It is part of life. We all get brainwashed. Everyone has. We are constantly bombarded with commercials for products to buy and exposed to people's rants in life or online, and how we should be voting and what we should be eating, what we should be reading, what to be angry about, what to stand up for. All of these different things. We are brainwashed on a daily basis. Fact is, nowadays, convincing is a business. Look at all of the things you see on Facebook. Look at all the things you see online, on TV ads, on commercials, everything. The art of persuasion is what brainwashing is. Or you can call it brainwashing if you prefer. It's very profitable, and we are subjugated to it on a daily basis. Do you know that companies spend millions of dollars on the psychology of humans to be able to better sell their product? So before social media, advertisements were on our TV, on billboards, on newspapers. They would appear to you only if you were part of their target audience. Otherwise, or they would appeal to you, not appear. That's Facebook. We'll get to that. Otherwise, they would just be ignored or forgotten. For instance, you wouldn't have paid much attention to the following Polly Pocket commercials unless you were a 10-year-old girl, or someone who needed to get a gift for a 10-year-old girl. That was in 1994, and gender roles were acceptable and fair game and blah, blah. So we won't go down that rabbit hole. But the point is, in 1994, Polly Pocket commercials were targeted towards 10-year-old girls. However, we have been blessed with social media, and it's personalized advertising tailored just for you. See the terms and conditions for Facebook if you ever are curious about this. But anyways, they're committed to showing us relevant advertising based on the information we provide, sometimes inadvertently. So I see this a lot. I'm sure many of you have, and a lot of you like to refer to it as a big brother. But anyways, you'll go on Amazon, or you'll go on a certain site or wherever, and you'll buy a pair of Nikes. Or let's not say that. Let's say you buy let's make it even more generic. You buy a toothbrush, okay? Just a toothbrush. And all of a sudden, on Facebook, everywhere you go, all these banner ads, everything, are freaking about toothbrushes or dentists or teeth or something portraying to a toothbrush. It's freaking annoying. But there are other times where we buy something and that advertisement comes through and you're like, ooh, I want that too. I didn't think about that. So sometimes it does benefit, sometimes it's a pain in the ass. But the point is the right ad is just for you based on that information. Also, In recent studies published in the PNAS, researchers from Columbia, Stanford, Pennsylvania, and Cambridge looked into the effectiveness of advertising campaigns within social medias. They studied different psychology traits from digital footprints. These are characteristics that we show online through our Facebook profile. So like I was talking about, things that we post about. So these are Instagram pictures, tweets, blog posts, personal websites, all of these things. They trace all these, and they assess our psychological profile. Now, if this isn't already getting deep into the rabbit hole, and some of you haven't looked into this, you're starting to see where this is going, hopefully. In their study, they used Facebook likes as a version of a digital footprint and focused on two personality traits, extroversion and introversion, so extroverts and introverts. Looking into the likes of over 25,000 users, they classified those said Facebook users into who liked parties or slightly stupid as extroverts, and those who liked Stargate SG-1 or computers as introverts. So they basically said if you like parties or you're into like all this outgoing stuff, you're an extrovert. If you like Stargate and computers, you're a nerd, so you're an introvert. Well, that's not entirely true because I like computers and stuff and I'm not an introvert. But anyways, apparently the researchers believe that stereotypes are valid points for these studies. They designed different versions of a beauty and aimed at women based on the psychology trait of extroversion versus introversion. Slogans such as dance like no one's watching, but they totally are, or love the spotlight and feel the moment were designed to attract extroverts, get the little party scene and everything. Whereas the introverted target ads stated that beauty doesn't have to shout, and when the extrovert and beauty isn't always about being or show. So when the extroverted targeted beauty ads were shown to the extroverted audience, those subjects were more likely to purchase a product than when they targeted the introverted people. So, and then vice versa. So the online surveillance leading to persuading us to buy more things that we don't need might seem innocuous when compared to brainwashing and persuasion aimed at political and war games. So this is where I didn't want to get into political stuff in the beginning because we were eventually going to get into it. But anyways, brainwashing was a political interest. MK Ultra was a CIA series of experiments. Another big rabbit hole we can go down like another day because I know a lot of you out there believe in MK Ultra. I'm not going to tell you what I believe in because it's interesting. Anyways, so the MK Ultra project was supposedly done between 1953 to 1973, and it's no longer done. Bullshit. Sorry, had to cough there and sneeze. So, anyways, as I portray with just the Facebook ad and everything going there, it may seem like it's not harmful. It may seem like, oh, they're just retargeting me with ads and all this other. But they do this on a political spectrum too. Okay? Now, without turning this podcast episode into a whole big-ass debate on political stuff, let me just tell you right now, both sides lie to you. Both sides are trying to get your vote. This is the biggest issue with politics in general. Yes, is there some strengths to both sides and weakness to both sides? Yes, there totally is. A lot of the things that they push from either side, they try to brainwash you with. They try, liberals try to say conservatives are evil. Conservatives try to say liberals are evil. Again, I'm not going to tell you where I stand on all this because being somebody who's heard from both sides, who has lived through both sides, I have my own opinions. But this isn't about opinions right now. This is about telling you what brainwashing is. So anyways, right now, we're getting close to an election year. It's 2020. November is the time to vote. We have the shiny turd of Trump. We have the shiny turd of Biden. And we have to choose which side. Each side is going to tell you why you shouldn't vote for the other. What are they doing? They're brainwashing you into thinking why Trump's bad, why Biden's bad, why Trump's good, why Biden's good. They're going to continue to do this because that's what brainwashing is. It is a way to try to get you to think, hey, this person is better for you than this person. Just like when they do with products. Look at let's just take toothpaste, for example, or toothbrushes, Oral-B, Braun, Crest, all of these different brands. I don't even know all the brands. The point is they'll come out and say, our brand is better. Our brand is recommended 4 out of 5 dentists. Our brand is this. They're brainwashing you into thinking that one brand is better than the other. Just like when you buy something online. You're brainwashed into seeing other things that you might want to buy that go with that item or that are correlated with that item. Say you buy a toothbrush, then they're going to be like, well, you need toothpaste to go on your toothbrush, so here. Oh, you bought toothpaste and toothbrush? Okay, here's some floss. Okay, you bought all those things. Now you need to buy a water pick. If you don't know what a water pick is, go look it up. Point is they'll try to sell you everything. God, what's that? I was literally just made me think of an old like saying, but I can't remember it right now. Something along the lines of they'll try to sell you the whole bridge or something. I don't know. Anyways, I know a lot of you know it. If you know it, put it in the comment below. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head, but I know there's a saying out there. But anyways, that is what I mean when we talk about brainwashing. Brainwashing is everywhere. It happens, but it's been given such a negative term because of the things that they do with brainwashing. I mean, look at it. Look at how you're subjugated to all this stuff every day. So to counteract all of the negative brainwashing, you can brainwash yourself with positive things. So when you read self-help books, when you watch videos on YouTube to learn about how to better your health, how to do things in a healthier way, how to kick bad habits, that is brainwashing yourself in a positive way. So I don't want you to look at brainwashing as a bad thing anymore. I want you to be aware that brainwashing happens negatively and positively. That's the whole point of this episode, is to get you to understand that at all times of day, you are brainwashed. Are you going to choose to be brainwashed with positive, or are you going to choose to be brainwashed with negative? That is the key, my friends. That is the real reason I'm talking about that today. So, like I always do at the end of the episodes, let's get into some Q&A reflection time. First question today. After we've talked about the art of brainwashing, what are you going to do to make it better for you? Meaning, now that you know that you can be brainwashed, are you going to do it positively, or are you going to continue to be influenced by negative brainwashing? Second of all, how are you going to help others be positively brainwashed? What this means is share that positive stuff on Instagram or Facebook. Talk about it to people. Spread the positive stuff. Stop talking about that negative shit out there. The reason why the media does the things they do is because negativity attracts. Let's spread the positivity to attract. Okay? And last but not least, out of all of the stuff you learned today, what was most useful for you? With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you got something out of it. Share it off to a friend who needs to hear something like this. But most importantly, I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you next episode.